To share. Who needs more time? Excuse me, who needs more time? Okay, 2 people, okay. 30 seconds. More comfortable. Okay, Judith.
I survive.
I survive, okay. What does that mean in facts?
It means, although I'm at the end of my overdraft, I always get something in so that I don't go, so that the bank doesn't say, here's the thing. So it's like, I get down to the last £27 in my overdraft, so minus 800.
So your financial fact is that you stay in the negative
at the moment, yeah.
Monthly?
Yeah.
Okay. So my current financial reality is, and I'm not going to own that, but I want you to. Go ahead.
Oh, so my current financial reality is I'm surviving in overdraft.
Every month.
Yeah.
Who else wants to share? Thank you for that.
I have just about enough money to cover the bills with mortgage and to do something a little bit. Now I have to choose what sort of personal development I want to do because that's where my extra money normally goes. But I have debt because I got some money borrowed when.
So I just want to hear the facts of your current financial reality that you right now.
But I'm not able at the moment to pay the debt that I have.
Okay.
And I'm exchanging the debt with a person for credit card debt.
Got it. Got it.
I want to quit my job, I can't.
Okay.
Because my business that I want to take off with is not happening.
Got it. Thank you very much, Genevieve.
My current financial reality is family.
Mm-hmm.
Not having enough, but then when I surrender, it shows off. So, not enough, then. Does it work?
Does it? I don't think that works.
Does it work?
Okay.
Okay, so there's this deep-rooted feeling of not having enough, but then when I surrender and give up the struggle, it shows up, and then I'm fine, and then the cycle is gonna go on and on and on again.
Mm-hmm. So feast or famine looks like what for you?
It looks like some months are going to be really good.
Mm-hmm. What is really good? Give me a number.
Let's say 2.5.
Okay.
That's really
What
good.
does that mean? 2,500?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my current financial reality is that some months I make 2,500 pounds, and some months I make.
Some months I make 500.
Okay, so that's current financial reality.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you very much. Who else? And even though the microphone doesn't get loud, it helps with the camera we have going on. So thank you. Who else wants to share? Right here. Thank you, darling.
Okay, this is quite big for me because my heart's pounding right now.
Good.
But I'm just going to be honest.
Yes.
Sorry.
Good. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, so me and my husband are in debt management, which is horrendous. I'm not massively earning anything from my business. I'm a total avoider. And we barely scrape by to pay the mortgage. And Ian is pretty much holding us up, you know, and that goes from a couple of months we'll have nothing and then another month we'll have, you know, enough. So, yeah, that's how it's.
So would it be accurate to say my current financial reality is I do not have, like, I want to hear some more facts. Like, I get how you guys are struggling right now. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that there's a level of ownership about your reality, because once that happens, we can start to do some change, okay? Yeah. So I want you to own personally, right, your financial reality. So what would you say, if you could say it in one sentence, with your financial, like, for example, with Genevieve, it was like, my current financial reality is some months I make 2,500 and some months I only make 500. Like, that's a clear financial reality. So what's yours?
I can't even say a scrape by. Because it's just not enough at all.
So my current financial reality is I often never have enough.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Here's the microphone. So now, first of all, I just want to breathe for a moment. Like, I felt the intensity of that. Did everybody else kind of feel the intensity of that? So If we could just, everybody, just take a few moments to take 2 deep breaths, and we could open the door to get some air in here, please. And let's stand up. Let's stand up. Eugenia, you seem like you need to tell me something. Yes?
There is a lady from Fix Up, so she just arrived.
Okay, just fine, yes. All right, so just move around. You don't even have to stay where you are seated. Just move around a little bit. I just want to get some energy moving in here to move it around. Move yourself around. You can stretch it out, bend over. Wiggle your hips. Yes. And be back in your seat in 30 seconds, please. Okay, let's make it to our seats, ladies. Look at this. More than that's plenty, right? Yes, that I see everything through the lens of plenty. Like I'm always looking for plenty and everything. That start doing that, everybody. But because of what just happened, start seeing it. You ask for tissue and like everybody, like start looking for evidence of more than enough. Like that was just, man, I just loved watching that. You know what I'm saying? And you were like, you know what I mean? Take it all. Yes, I love that. That was good. Are we feeling a little better now? Yeah. Now that was intense, right? Now just imagine if you were alone feeling this kind of intensity, right? Christy would leave because she avoids. She's told us she's an avoider. Many of us in the room are avoiders. We get scared. We freak out. Someone's gonna hurt. I used to be afraid that someone was gonna kill me and take all my money if I made a lot of it. It was deep. I had healers to help me with it. I would do these like 30-day campaigns to like, you know, I mean, it was like war, like this money thing. When you have, especially for women, like the shit we go through, men don't even go through a lot of the shit that we go through. No. Like we live in a society. Pardon? Let's own it. Let's own that. Let's not say people. Let's say I can get real jealous and nasty, and let's do that. When I find I've earned that money, I've made that money, or I've achieved something, other people can get very nasty and jealous because of you. And this is true. I know this to be true. And this is what us as women have to learn about coming into our own power and how to deal with nastiness, because it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And this is, I'm telling you, this is not what they're teaching you. They want to, at least what I've seen, a lot of times it's inspire you and you can do it and go out there. And then when you go out there and it's time to take action, that wall hits you and you're fucking eating a gallon of ice cream saying, maybe next year. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so now we're going to create the truth. Now let's talk about the truth, right? So there's absolute truth. Absolute truth is the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. That's an absolute truth, right? That you know, there's light and dark, that there's up and down, that, right? There's certain things that are absolute truth, right? That we're all going to physically die at some point, right? These are absolute truths, right? Then there's the truth that you create. Okay, there's the truth that you create. Now, the hard part about creating your own truth is that you already have a truth that you've been living, that you're very comfortable with. even if that comfort has been struggle. You guys follow what I'm saying? So everybody in the room right now has a current comfort level when it comes to money. Who wants to share what their current, just shout it out. We're not going to do no long thing. What's your current comfort level when it comes to money? Goja? Like per month. What's comfortable for you to make per month?
Like 1,300.
1,300. Shout out some numbers. Your comfort. 3,000. Who else? 3,500. Any other comforts? 1,200. Now, what would be the number that if you made it would just like, oh my God? What's the number? Shout it out.
12K. 20.
20,000?
Yeah.
What'd you say? 5,000?
10.
10,000? You even said it like, ugh. You just like, it's just like, it's almost like she's struggling to be here right now. 10. 50,000. So you're very comfortable with making 20,000? You're very comfortable making 20,000 a month? Okay. Who else? 10,000 would 10,000. One more? 10,000 will blow your mind. Okay. So that means the work. So let's say your comfort was 1,300 and the number that would blow your mind is 5,000. The work between, and when I say work, I don't mean actual physical work. I mean like the internal work from 1,300 to 5,000 is your work. Okay? Consistently. Because we can all, do one 5,000 pound month, right? If we, right, break our back and push whatever, we can do that. But like I said, what about the next month and the next, like a real business, okay? So I want us to start looking at the true reality that we want to create. And then I want us to play with that space and the energy in between this space. This is gonna be fun. I'm really excited about this. So write your number down, the truth, the number that you want to create, the true number for you. Like honestly, not none of this $1 million in 30 days. Like for real, like in the month of, let's say from today to September 8th, what would be the just fabulous number that if you made that, God, and that you actually believe you could do it? I want you to write a number you actually believe you can do. Let's get this on the ground. Who wants to shout out their number? 16? Love it! 12,000. 12, 10, what else?
20. 10,000.
10, who else? 20. Do you believe you can do 20,000 in the next 30 days?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Goja?
I believe 5K.
5K, okay.
That's something that I actually believe.
Yes.
But
Well, I put 15 and crossed it out and put 3.
Good. And that's what I want you to do because there's stretch, like that 15 would be a stretch goal, but the goal that is like on the ground, like I can do this is 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's play with this. So who wants to come up here and play with me? Cozy. And have your numbers, the number, your current comfort number, and then your true number, the number you want to create.
So current comfort number is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Stretch be 20. But what I'm going for is 12.
Okay. So your current comfort is 3,000 pounds a month.
Yeah.
The goal you're going for that you believe is
12.
12,000,
Yeah.
and then 20 is the stretch.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your current like activity and mindset? And this is like, there's no right or wrong answer. I just
Yeah.
want to know, what's your current life like and your thinking like around your current income?
Really interesting question. See, I feel like I'm living my dream because
Okay.
I'm not struggling,
Yeah.
but I want more.
Yeah.
And kind of like the lady who was sharing about how easy it is, like sometimes I'm lying in bed in my pajamas and then clients want to work with me and I'm like, it cannot be this easy. And then I feel guilty that it's that easy.
Okay.
Or I can go on nice holidays and stay in nice places.
So why do you want more? And this is not like she shouldn't be wanting more. I just want to get down into the detail of this. So why do you want more?
Because I've been in this comfort level for the last 20 years. I've not known to go past this.
Okay.
And for me, more means it just
know myself as someone who can command that.
Okay. What would you do at the $12,000 pound per month level? How would your life change?
I would get my own place.
Hmm.
And
What do you mean, like?
So currently, I'm lucky because I've been basically gifted a place. My parents gave me a place.
Okay.
But it comes with its own. Yeah, it comes with its own thing. So
What does that mean? Its own what?
It comes with it's not my house.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So you would go invest in your own place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd go get my own place.
And why is that important to you?
Because then I would know myself as a 100% independent woman.
Got it. Okay, so you get your own place. What else?
I would probably want to also move out of London.
Where would you move to?
Well, I've just come up from Bali and I really love it out there.
And you can live real good with 12,000
Okay.
pounds in Bali.
Tell me about it. What would I do? Truthfully, I would get a place out in somewhere like the Gili Islands and run retreats forever. Just have people come and transform their lives. That's what I would do.
And so the motivation though, right? Because I just asked you to do this and create the numbers 12,000. You're comfortable, right? Like there's no real, reason, right?
I mean, okay, so the backstory also is that I've run many businesses and my mum has also bankrolled me quite a bit and I owe her a lot of money.
Okay.
So I pay her back.
But is that a motivation for you? Meaning, okay, here's the thing. There's obligatory responsibilities like, oh, we got to pay our rent and, right? There's obligatory. But then there's the things that really move us, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm very moved by the chateau that we're going to be buying that's $2 million. That's going to be the world-class place for women to come and learn how to be. Like, that moves me. Like, there's
So for
nothing-
me, it's
so-
running academies for kids around the world.
Okay. Why is that important to you?
Because I don't believe that any child who is born into disadvantaged circumstances should ever feel like they're not loved or they don't matter.
So if you love this so much, and please let's play with this challenge.
Yeah,
okay, let's
sure.
play with this tension. Okay.
Sure.
If it's so important to you, you've been comfortable for years. Why haven't you done anything up till now?
Because it's not comfortable.
What's not?
It's not comfortable that I'm comfortable the way that things are.
So do you see what I'm getting at here?
Yeah.
Right? So part of the work, remember I said the space between 1,300 and 12,000, that's the work in there because it's easy to stay in a comfort even that's uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it is easy to stay in the comfort zone,
Yeah.
but I'm not fulfilled. That's what it is, I think.
And I think probably most of the people in this room aren't fulfilled,
Yeah.
right? And so what's going to be the thing that's going to take you over? You told us earlier that your time is now, right? And so you said, because I want to do these academies for these children.
Yeah.
How do you know that that's your thing now?
I don't know.
Like, okay, let's say you left here today and you continue living what you feel like is your dream life.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm living my dream life too, right? Like, what's going to make a woman go out there and do all this work when she's living her dream life? She has a level of comfort. I mean, you have a place, right? You got all this comfort. Like, what's the thing that's going to move you from 3,000 and really doing consistently 12,000 every month? You see what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's what I want us to get at.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know.
So what brought you here today? So we're digging. I'm
yeah,
having
no,
you
great.
dig
No,
down
this is
into
good.
this.
This is really good.
Yeah.
So what brought me here today? It's like when you know in your soul that you can do more than you're doing, and even though what you're doing is yielding results, it's not enough.
You know there's more.
There's more, and I've been hiding. Like when you were sharing your story, I've been hiding my power.
Yeah.
I've been hiding my value because I've just wanted to be liked for ages, and I have a
So
story
what-
that people who make a lot of money,
There we go. Go ahead.
can you really be as good as you say you are if you make a lot of money?
And what do you mean by that? Can you be as good as you say you are?
Like, no, it's not. Can you still be liked if you have a lot of money? But Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
Thank you.
So I have it that there's a lot of people I know who are out there doing the thing. Like, look at me, I'm such an amazing, because I'm a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Such an amazing coach, I'm such an amazing coach, but I know that they're not living, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not congruent. I know what kind of happens in the background.
Yeah.
So yesterday when I was chatting to my friend,
Mhm.
my concern was, am I being authentic
Mm.
if I'm not always living the truth? If I'm not always living what I'm sharing with people, then am I just being the same as the other people?
Okay.
And, can I then ask people to pay me, 10 grand for a program
Yeah.
if I'm not always on point?
Good. So here we go. This is the space in between 3,000 and 12,000, okay? Remember separating fact from feeling, right?
Yeah.
So the fact is, you're a human being.
Yeah.
We all are, right?
Yeah.
And there are emotional states that you could be in at any given time. And this is like, I want you guys to see that this is what you need to do with yourself at home when you're feeling like crap, or that you don't deserve a $5,000 client, or whatever the thought is that's going on. Separating fact from feeling
Yeah.
or thought.
Yes.
Separating the two, okay? So is it true that you're going to be high all day, every day? Right? Is it true that because what I'm hearing you say is, I'm concerned that I'm going to be like a fraud. Like I'm going to be
Yes.
telling people about the live life your dreams when like some days I don't even get out of my pajamas.
Yes, and I watch Netflix and eat pizza. Like, seriously. And then people want to work with me, and I feel guilty that I'm supposed to be this like super duper coach, and I'm lying in bed eating, watching Netflix,
Who
and
else
someone's
struggles?
saying they want me to help them change their life.
Okay, we got like half the rooms saying they struggle with the same thing.
And I'm like, how am I not fraud if I'm not grafting like the lady who's
How much of you, how many of you feel the more attracted to her from what she said in the beginning versus what she just said?
Yeah.
Fact, feeling. The fact is, we all fucking watch Netflix in our pajamas,
Thank goodness. So good to know.
right? Like, we all cry. We all have really, really bad days.
Yeah, but you see, and that is the thing though, isn't it? I've been brought up to be strong, always. Be strong. You just gotta be strong.
Is it,
You just gotta,
is it possible to be strong and cry at the same time?
Absolutely. I cry a lot. Like, I'm listening to your story and, I'm listening to your story and I'm like, wow, I see me in you. I have the MBA. I've traveled. I've lived in different countries. On paper, I know
Yeah.
3K a month is like,
Pennies.
it's like
In London.
jokes,
Mhm.
really, for me. And that's why I'm uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And even 12K a month as well really is jokes as well. Like, I know for some people in the room it sounds like, oh, that's a lot, but even I know I'm just playing small by even saying 12K.
So the reason why I'm asking you, what's the hook that's going to take you over? Because I said in the beginning,
Yeah.
for the people who's not take you, is that like everything that you're saying, yes, I get it.
Yeah.
People in the room get it, they relate. But what's going to happen when you leave this room and you stand in your power in a way that your mother is not used to, and she says, Gozi, who do you think you are? What are you doing? This is the work between 3,000 and 12,000. Does everybody see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
So there's separating fact from feeling, and this is what you're going to have to do with yourself when you go out there. Because the mind, you guys heard Alex, the mind is going to take you out. It's going to tell you, who do you think you are? Maybe next year, you're good at 3,000. You don't even have to pay rent. Like, it's going to do all that. So your mom, something, it's just the whole trick is going to happen. And you've been there before, right?
Many times.
So what's the thing, right? And this is what I want you to ask yourself today. What's the thing that's going to make you, if the academy is really the thing, it's going to pull you. But if it's something else, like you need to find that thing that's going to make you like really stick with it and push through everything that's going to confront you when you make the decision to really go for it. Because you haven't made that decision yet, but when you do, the shit is going to hit the fan.
So I feel like I've made a decision to go for it.
Okay. Meaning you've made a decision to go for 12 grand.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything will show itself. So you need to know who you are, why you're doing this,
Why
so
I'm
that
doing the old thing.
going for the 12 grand.
Why I'm going for the 12 grand.
Yeah, why the academy is important, why you're going that way, so that when the stuff hits, and when did you make this decision to go for it?
This morning.
Okay, so this is big for you.
Yeah.
If you mean it, because it's gonna show. Like you don't have to prove
absolutely.
anything.
No,
It's
no,
gonna.
no. I don't have to prove anything.
So this is the space between 3,000 and 12,000.
Yeah.
And so everything that's going to come into your field, into your world, you're going to have that mind in check, separating fact from feeling, knowing why you're doing it, what it is that you want, so that you can move through it all, because it's intense in there.
Yeah, it is.
And you've felt some of this, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been bubbling for a while.
Yeah.
And it seems like, I know I'm standing here on stage, but it feels like my soul is
What's
saying,
your fear about being powerful with your mother?
It's not my mom, it's with other people.
Okay, who?
Since I've been young, I've always had power.
Mm-hmm.
And some people can't handle it.
Yeah, it's true. And what's your fear? Did something happen where you were punished for being in your power?
It's kind of like the lady who stood up earlier about the school thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, I just always, I can't remember, there's nothing in particular that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's a
it's
knowing.
just knowing
Mhm.
that can you contain yourself? I've always been asked to contain it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just
What is
contain
your
it.
fear of what will happen if you allow your power to show and to live in it?
That people can't handle it.
Mm-hmm. And as a result of them not being able to handle it, what will happen?
I'll have to go back to playing small so there can be peace around me.
Mm-hmm. What else? If Gozi is powerful and people decide that they cannot handle it and they do not like it, what will happen?
I won't be able to help the amount of people that I know God put me on earth to help.
You won't be able to help them because what? Why not?
Because I'll be hiding,
Mm-hmm. You'll be hiding. Why?
so I don't show off.
Mm-hmm. Because showing off causes what?
People to say, who do you think you are?
Mm-hmm.
You're not the pretty girl, you're not the skinny girl, you're not the popular girl.
Mm-hmm.
You're just Gozi.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah. So, can we give her a round of applause, please? So this is what is running inside of all of us. Whether your coach is telling you or the world is telling you, this is what's running inside of all of us. If Judith says, my fee to start is $5,000 a month, and that my top package is $50,000 a month, and she stands in front of people and she says, and this is why, and this is who I am, and this is the transformation that I cause, and someone says to her, there are starving children in India. Who do you think you are? Or if Kirsty decides that she wants to drop the drama in the story around what is not possible, and the people who are so used to her being nice Kirsty, who doesn't have any boundaries and is there for everybody and is never who she really is, but feeds everybody with her smile and yet goes home and struggles and instead becomes the truth of who she is and says, yes, I am happy and positive Kirsty, and I also require large amounts of money for the transformation that I bring to the world. And those people say, you don't care about people, you just care about money. This is the space between 1,300 pounds and 5,000 pounds. This is the space between never having enough to having more than enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, who on God's green earth is going to do that at home alone by themselves? Right? This is what I mean by the intensity of this work. Ozzy, thank you so much. I feel that all through my body. What kind of time do we have here? I want to do one more. Does anybody else want to share the truth? Gozi, let's do it. Goja. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So, your comfort number, which for whatever reason yours is sticking in my head, and then
Thank you.
your number that you believe you can do, and then your stretch number.
Right, comfort number. I don't know. I said 1300.
That's the.
But this is just to cover my. That's how I understand comfort, just like required minimum, let's say.
Yeah.
But the something that I am looking at, something that I believe I can do, and I know exactly what I would spend on, is 5K. And again, I think I completely resonate with what Gozi said, that I know inside that this is pretty much nothing, because I know what impact I want to create and actually how much more I really need, and 5K is...
So you know what I would really like to hear from you, because I got a chance to really feel you when we did the interview.
Okay.
And you were like, I have such a big, and you were talking and I was just like, yeah, it was like a pinging going on.
Okay.
And you were like, I have big dreams, and you were talking, and So could you share with us, and I'd like you to face the audience, please.
Okay.
Share with us this work, this vision that you see for your life, and how you see yourself to be the one to make that real.
Well, first
And
off,
let us hear the truth of it, the full truth of it.
yeah. Well, first off, everything comes from this kind of inner knowing. And again, I truly believe somehow, I don't know where is it coming from, but I truly believe that there is like, I can achieve absolutely magnificent things in life, and that I am here for like really big reason, to really transform like so much. And you know what, it goes from my actually personal story, my drive, my hunger, my fire. So like I have story of chasing self-worth basically for, I don't know, almost like 30 years. I'm now 35.
Chasing who?
Self-worth.
Self-worth.
Self-worth,
Okay, got
yeah.
it.
So like story that basically comes from, this kind of traumatic experience where I won the competition in school, and I was completely like not acknowledged by my mom. I was literally told that I should not have won that. And it, even when I say, I was like 6 years old. Even when I'm saying it, whenever I'm speaking about this, actually I am shaking. But this, I had to revisit my inner child. I had to just heal myself. And, as you know, there are a few layers to actually, self-worth anyway. But I feel I found the self-compassion within by facing, that time. And actually Warren Ryan actually helped a lot. I don't know if you know Warren, but yeah, he really like helped me actually change the story I was telling to myself. But this became the fundament of pretty much everything I stand for today. So I was originally...
So this experience with your mother,
yeah,
and really cutting your soul around your worth as a kid,
yeah,
is now a big part of the work that you do now.
yes.
Okay.
I started as a stylist 18 months ago. I shifted recently to visibility coach. I managed to connect literally everything to this story, and now for the first time in my life I actually feel that I absolutely live my purpose. So what was taken away from me when I was 6 years old, ownership of who I am. Because if your mom is telling you that you won, well, you won, that's the fact, you won. So you feel like on the top of the world, like what can be better to win, and then suddenly your mother is cutting this off. So you feel
By saying
that, well, you won, but that was nothing special. You should have not really won this because the other girl was building like proper tower, not something like, things like that. So it shut me down. It's just like what I really had was, I am not worthy, I am not enough, I don't deserve to win, I don't deserve to have success.
Okay.
And I've been chasing, this kind of sense of self-worth all my life, pretty much. Nice clothes, qualifications.
So how is this showing up in your money?
How does it show my money? Well, so how I was digging a little bit into this. So what I understood is that the belief that I am not deserving to win is a belief that I'm not deserving to receive money, to receive love, to receive friends, to receive even acknowledgement. And this had real reflection, in school, not being popular kid, craving to be liked by people. But I shut myself from actually receiving it.
So I have a
did
question.
money.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When Goja receives 5,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds, and I want you to imagine this because you haven't done it yet, so it's an imagination thing.
Yeah.
When Goja receives 5,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds, what message will that be sending to her mother?
I deserve to. I think the message will be that I deserve to be loved. I think on a deeper level. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because that's effectively craving love, acknowledgement. But it is like all my life is chasing for love.
Yes, yeah. Go ahead, let it out. Yeah, I'm asking this question for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
So when she said to you, "Yeah, you won, but the other girl could have, she was better," and da 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 da, what did that do to you as far as power is concerned?
Well, you're tapping to basically my mission and vision right now, which kind of links to this.
But slow down.
To this experience. But
on a power
Yeah.
level, what did that do to you when she said that to you?
it completely disempowered me. Completely, it shut me down. So when it comes to money, I would basically. I don't have problem with spending on stuff.
Okay, so I want you to stop. I want you
Okay,
to slow down.
yeah.
Okay. So this is what we do when we're alone, and we spin. Right? She's spinning. You see, and she's just she's not getting anywhere. She's just spinning and talking, and most people will just listen, like, "Oh, that's terrible," and So I'm slowing you down because I can see where the thing is and where the power and how we can pull. So you said her saying that to you, it like totally stripped the power and reduced your self-worth, and the doubt kicked in, right?
Yeah.
So now as an adult, and now you have this conviction around cultivating your self-worth, helping other women create their self-worth, and then receiving money in exchange in this womb. Recognize this is a womb, right? We all have this womb of mom taking the power as a womb, right? So for you to receive, let's say this is the womb, right? And for you to receive money, large amounts of money, in this womb that your mother created that disempowered you, for you to then open that womb up and then to receive money, what does that say to you and to your mother?
To receive money. To my mother, it says that maybe she is loved, because that comes from her lack, and which she passed on.
Do you love your mother?
I do, of course.
Do you and her still talk?
We do, not
What's
that
the,
often.
What's the relationship like when you talk, and how do you feel talking to her about you and business and power and money and all
No,
that?
there is complete disconnection. There is her still not being able to acknowledge what I'm doing, that I left my job, that
Because if you do that, I'm doing this for a good reason. So thank you for hanging in there with me, okay? I'm doing this for a good reason. If you talk to her about money, and let's say you make 5,000 pounds, and you tell her about this, and you tell her about the work that you're doing and the money that you're making, essentially, what is that doing?
It's definitely healing the relationship that she's got with money as well. She's not that aware probably, and obviously healing me at the same time.
Does anybody know the answer? Does anybody have an answer for what I'm at? What is it? What is happening with her receiving money, first of all, in her womb, and then having this conversation with her mother around money, and with her mom being the perpetrator? Like, and the mom disempowered her. What is she then in turn doing by doing that?
I don't know. I'm getting that she might hurt for what she's hurting her mom.
No. Go ahead.
She's proving her self-worth to her mom.
She's taking her power back. That's what she's doing. She's taking her power back. her mother took her power from her when she said to her, yeah, that you won, but the other girl should have won. You, right? Da 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 da. And in that moment, she deflated. This confident, performing girl, she deflated. And her whole life, she's been in this whole I'm not worthy, and now it's showing up. And now she's showing up. Who here knows Gosia? Like 4 people? Isn't she incredible? Like we see the work she's doing. She has so much to give, and she can't receive 5,000 pounds. And so when she, not if, when she receives 5,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds, whatever the number is, every single time she does that, what she's saying is, Mom, I take my power back. Mom, I take my power back. And when we love our mother, right, we love our mother, that is a very confronting thing. Because what it says is, you don't have power over me anymore. You see how deep this money thing goes?
It goes, and if I can add, it is part of why, because we have few levels to our whys, is definitely that I want to show her that I deserve. That's one of the big why. But going back to your very first question, which I haven't finished actually, the vision is that for me is to give women the sense, the belief that they can own who they are, they can own their worth, they can just take ownership fully of the imperfections, of just fully the person they are. So that's my big why, that comes from this experience where the ownership was taken away from me. So it is almost like I want to create this ownership back, bring it back, but at the same time it is my mission for other women who I see all the time, because you know what, me being visibility coach, being out there in the arena unapologetically, and I've healed a lot of the self-worth levels, a lot, but obviously there is still things to heal, but just me showing up is already giving this power back.
True.
You know what I mean?
It's true. And this way that you're saying, I want to help women to show up, to own the power, you're really saying, I want to help me show up and own, because there's no way you could help other women do that if you're not doing it for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you're looking to save yourself first. And this is what we all need to do, not just her. We all need to save ourselves first. Like, how many of us are trying to give people heart transplants and we're struggling to pay our rent? You know what I'm saying? You want to go be nice and help and do all this, but you can't even pay your freaking doctor bill, and you're looking at the price tag at the grocery store, and right? So save yourself first. And this is a struggle for a lot of us, because we all get told to save everybody else first, especially those of us who are mothers, right? Save everybody else, but you can't save anybody if you're struggling. Yes?
I think the flip side to that is the feeling of I'm not good enough, so I never get started with my mission, and that's something I suffer greatly from.
A lot of it, and that's basically what she's talking about, the whole self-worth. Am I worth it? Can I have it? Can I do it? Right? So the space in between 1,300 pounds, Gosia, and 5,000 is this ownership that you talked about, how you want to help women. It's the owning who you are. It's the being able to say, I can have this. I do deserve this. And really practicing, you know, start with a $2,500 package, right? If that feels more real for you, go there and like really get into the practice of writing out the package, get into the energetic alignment, and call it in. Start there. If you feel comfortable starting at the 5, start there. But all of this is the in-between, between 1,300 and 5,000 pounds, okay? Give her a hand.
Thank you so much.
Oh, good. Thank you, darling. All right, I want to do some physiology work with us now, okay? This is about taking up space in the world. Taking up space in the world. When I say that, what do you guys hear? You can shout at me. Being seen. Being unapologetic. Standing in your truth. Stepping up. One more. Christelle?
Owning your space.
Owning your space. Okay. So let's do it now. Let's stand. And I'm gonna get some volunteer. I'm just gonna grab some folks out the audience. Yeah, Christelle, I'd like you to come up. Who else? I'd like you to come up, yes. And who else? You. On the stage, please. You too. Yeah, on the stage, please, yes. So I did a video maybe about, I don't know, some years ago, about taking up space in the world. And the exercise that I gave in the video was for women to go out into public spaces where there's a lot of people and physically take up space with their bodies. Did anybody see that video? Genevieve saw it. Okay, wonderful. And so what that looks like is, let's say you go to that area where Harrods is or where there's a lot of people at, and you literally just stand in the middle of the street or at a cafe and you just take up space with your body just like this. And you look at everybody. You don't say, you don't move. If somebody comes walking by you and like they want you to move, you just stay just like that and you hold eye contact with them. And you just take up space. I'm going to tell you why in a moment, but for right now, I want these women to practice taking up space. So get on the stage. Everybody get on the stage. And do you guys remember your money goal? You had the comfort, and then you had the one after, the next goal for you. Do you guys remember your numbers? What is it? 4,000. 5,000. 10,000. What is it? 7.5. So get comfortable, get space, stretch out. Okay, get your space. Put your hands on your hips, spread your legs. Hands on your hips, okay? Okay. Now, first of all, I want you to really look at us out here. Look at everybody. Look at everybody in the eye, every single person. And really take them in. Now I want you to feel yourself. Feel yourself. Feel the way your feet are in your shoes and on the floor. Feel your spine, the posture of your hands, your breath. Just feel yourself right now. Spread your legs a little more. Now I want you to choose one person in the audience to look at with power. No smiling. Somebody you don't know. Could be anybody. Look at them with full-on power and hold it. Philippa, look at me. Okay, now look, find somebody else to look at with power and hold it. Fifi, who are you?
I'm a powerful woman
Mm-hmm.
who can do great things in this
Okay.
world. Women who got purpose.
Yeah.
They've got a lot inside.
Thank you. I want you to choose somebody to look at in the audience and think that. Christelle, who are you?
This is why I'm here, to discover that.
Thank you for your honesty. Valeria, who are you?
I'm a yoga teacher and a wellness coach. I help children around the world. I want to feed children.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. I'd like everybody to return to their seats except for Philippa. Stay standing, stay standing, stay standing. Excuse me. Hi, Philippa. Who are you?
I'm Philippa. At the moment, I work at Tesco's, like part-time. But I know,
Thank you. Who are you?
I know I've got a lot of power in me, and I know I want to help an awful lot of people. I am always, every day in my job, helping people to help heal themselves.
Thank you.
And that is
Philippa, who are you?
a person that doesn't believe in myself as much as I should. And I know I can do a lot better. And I know I will go forward.
Thank you. Give her a hand. I felt that. I felt that wanting to come. Very good. Thank you very much. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a break. So I'd like Alex and Zena and Eugenia to come to the stage, please. And so the way this break is going to work is we're going to have a coaching zone for those of you who just want to like move, release, talk about what we've done so far because we still have some time to go. And so this is visibility coach Alex, who you guys have met. She's going to be in the back available for you. You guys know the fabulousness of Eugenia. She's also going to be in the back available. And the way this is going to work is you're going to have 5 minutes. Okay, so we have to do a strict 5 minutes to make room for whoever else wants time. Zena is going to be the one that's going to be keeping the time. So if you want to speak with either Alex or Eugenia, you go to Zena to get your time, and she will make sure you have your time to speak with each of them, and you have your time, and then we're going to wrap up. So we're going to have a 20-minute break, and Goja, me and you, 5 minutes in the back. And I think that's all as far as what I have to say, and Eugenia will tell you guys what to do from here. So thank you so much, guys.
Ladies, there will be tea and coffee in the coffee area just outside the room. The toilets are downstairs, so please make sure that you do all the necessary things that you need to do. And also please, it's 20 minutes break, so make sure that you're back in 20 minutes. All right? Looking forward to
What
seeing
time
you.
is it now?
10 to. Yes, so back
So who here has a very clear financial goal for this month? Who here has a very clear financial goal for this month? Wonderful. Alex, what was it?
8K.
Okay, 8K, 12K. Go ahead, shout them out.
8K.
I want to hear yours more.
30K.
30K! Yeah! And that's not even just to sound sexy. She's actually like around there already. Okay, so possible, all right? Filipa, you were going to say? 10K?
5,200.
5,200? Who else? Some more? Let's go 10K? 10, you just sort of throw that out there. Is that the real number?
That's what I feel now.
Okay, good. Anybody else? One more? 10? 7,000. Okay, good. Who knows how they're going to do it? Judith, go ahead.
I'm going to ask for it.
Okay, very good.
No, as in physically. As in, I have people who I've just created a couple of new packages, and I have people who I know I can ask and put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Which I realised was one of my stories,
Mm-hmm.
is that you don't ask for money.
Yes, thank you.
So,
Beautiful. Who else wants to share how they're going to reach their goal?
Be more confident with social media.
Be more confident with social media. And how does the money come from you being more confident with social media?
Advertising the businesses that are marketing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Putting out there.
And when you say putting the businesses out there, like meaning, and this is for everybody, even though I'm talking to her, the money comes to you how? People call you, you call them, how does it work?
Yeah, they want to join the business.
Mm-hmm. And so what do? They email you?
They will be regularly spreading the word about how good the company is.
Mm-hmm.
Hence they will be joining, and hence I get commissions, and then I.
So what I'm looking for is specificity. Okay, and this is to everybody, right? What I'm looking for is specificity. For example, and this is an example, okay? I'm making this up. My financial goal this month is $10,000. I'm making this up, right? How I expect that that's going to happen is I'm going to create a Facebook Live every day, and I'm going to place a link with that Facebook Live for people to schedule calls with me. I'm also going to email or call every person who has ever expressed interest in working with me. And then I'm going to ask 10 people to send me referrals. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and speak at this Chamber of Commerce that I'm a part of and make sure it's okay that I can make an offer at this Chamber of Commerce events. I know that in order for me to make $10,000, I have to have about 15 sales calls, and that out of those 15 sales calls, I need to sell 3 packages at, $2,500. This is the kind of specificity you need to make money. Who has that kind of specificity about how they're going to reach their goal in the next 30 days? Let me hear it. Christelle.
In terms of the number of people, so I need to prospect 5 people a day.
Say that, I didn't hear. Say
So I'm in network marketing, so I need to prospect 5 people a day.
that. Mm-hmm.
I need to show the product every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I need to show the business 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm. And when you say share the business, what does that mean? Like sit down and have a conversation with somebody, or?
Show them the business model.
Okay, show them the business model with the intent to what, recruit or sell?
On the business side, to recruit.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? I need to sponsor 2 people a month.
Okay. And so what I'm hearing is I need to versus this is what I'm doing. Okay. And I want to give voice to something that I'm noticing from the people in the room who have mentioned network marketing. When you talk about it with such like network marketing. Like, how do you feel about the business that you're in?
I feel very positive, and I know it's going to be.
Okay.
It's going to be going big.
Very good. How do you feel about your network marketing business?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Somebody else asked me that the other day, and he asked me to mark it out of 10, and I said 7. So then he said, well, why it's not happening then.
Uh-huh.
You need it to be above 8.
Your feeling about what it is that you're doing? Okay. Is it a what would you say is the reason why you're at a 7?
and now what I'm doing now, it's such a shift as well. So I had to get comfortable in terms of my new me
Yeah.
first, and that's what I'm still trying to do.
Great, yeah. Which is a great segue to what we're going to do now about who are you and what it is that you're creating. Now, we ended with the whole, and me asking people, who are you? Because that shows up in your business. If you see yourself as I'm just a network marketer who, sells health products, or I'm a village girl from Poland who struggled with money all my life, and so, and yet you want to come out here and command $10,000 packages and be confident and all that, it's not going to work. So I want everyone to get their notepads out that was on your, whatever you're going to be writing on, for us to start to look at who are you? And then remember, fact and feeling, who are you, and then who are you becoming? Because you decide who you are becoming. Nobody else gives this to you, okay? So this is a time for you to claim the bitch in you, the money hungry part of you, the part of you that is selfish, because you do need to be selfish in a very good way. Selfish does not mean you at the expense of other people and hurting. Selfish is, I need to take care of me before I take care of you. Okay? So this is the time for you to claim everything. Like somebody who, I can't remember who was sitting back here, and she was like, because I don't want to hurt people and people. I said, you don't want to be called a bitch. And she's like, yeah, right. Right? So now's the time to claim every single part of you. And by the way, real men love this. When you are the truth of who you are and you live it, they want to serve, they want to be your man, they awaken in their manhood. There's just so much good about you claiming the truth of who you are. So we're going to take maybe about 3 minutes for each and every one of you to write out the truth of who you are. And this is no limit, no limit, no limit. And if you find yourself stuck writing this, say to yourself, if I was free to be exactly who I want to be here in the world, without any worry about what my parents think, my husband thinks, my friends think, my whoever, who would I be? And then write from that place. You got about 3 minutes.